Alright, good morning, Mistral City. My name is Adam Yu, the coach of your Mistral City Muse, and welcome to a bit of a triple video today. So, first things first, I am going to take care of a bit of housekeeping, update how the NBBL Summer Brawlfest went, since this is an NBBL video for the next season of NBBL. Then, I am going to do a very quick draft breakdown of my team. And finally, we're going to go into a team build and then my week 1 game. So, got a lot on tap for this video today, and yeah, I guess let's jump straight into what has been going on. So, first, let's conclude the NBBL Summer Brawlfest. So, after we beat 6-foot hacks, we clinched our spot into the bracket stage of NBBL Summer Brawlfest. We had one more game, however, against Free-to-Door and Pools. Unfortunately, this game didn't go quite to plan. Despite having a solid matchup, their Terra Grounder Shifu Rapid with SD Trailblaze was too much for the team to handle, and we fell 2-2 overall in Pools. However, once again, we were still clinched for bracket. Going into bracket, our opponent was the Game Decks, a bit of a rising force in the Wi-Fi draft scene, starting out in the Pokemon Premier League or PPL and doing really well in here. Doing well enough to make it to bracket stage, of course. So, this was another game that kind of went sideways quickly as I was positioned to get swept by their Primarina early since I didn't bring Ogerpon C in that game. I clawed my way back into a winning position with getting some luck from Petrun on Primarina and their Garchomp with a low Momoa. The position was winning enough that I just had to land a Heat Wave with Tornchi into their Magnezone to secure the game. I'll give you one guess as to what happened. Yeah, it missed. That's what Tornadus Therian does. So, the Summer League run came to an unceremonious end, and it was such a shame too because I really enjoyed the team. Petrarunt was super fun to use, same with Alomomola. So, yeah, but I did kind of notice between NBBL and WPF that I was starting to lose confidence in my prep and play. So I decided to take a small break from leagues to reset mentally. This break would turn out to be short-lived as I joined a draft league called the PCL soon after to help get some confidence back. So that strategy would end out working. I am 5-1 in that league currently. I would have said 6-0, but a Galarian Slowbro hacks me out of an undefeated run. But I have the best team in the league in there by far, and I might make a retrospective video on it in the future, but I'm not sure right now. I guess the only other thing to mention before we get caught up to present day is that PCL will be the last ride of the Mistral City Muse, as the pink and blue will make way for the midnight blue or purple and pink and white and the green and orange and whatever else Mega Dragonite has of the Goldenrod City Gale Force. This is a team that I've wanted to make for a bit. I've wanted to make a new team name for a bit, but I just haven't had them really. I haven't really had anyone to commission, but I want to give a huge shout out to my good friend Wolf Kid. She did an amazing job on this logo, and you can check out her Smogon art thread in the description of this video. She does great work, and can't thank her enough for doing this logo commission for me. So, yeah, we are leaving Mistral City and going to the big city at Goldenrod. So, yeah. But that just about does it for updates. So, yeah. I will cut the video here, and we will hop into the NBBL Monotype draft analysis. Peace. Alright everyone, welcome to the NBBL Monotype Draft League. So, this is going to be the draft analysis for the Goldenrod City Gale Force, and just a quick bit of information about this. In this league, all teams must draft a Pokemon type first, such as like Dragon or Water, And all the Pokemon on their team have to be of that drafted type. If a team selects Dragon as their type, they can only draft Dragon types. So hopefully that makes sense. Additionally, we had no budget restrictions, so we can go crazy with just Pokemon. So going into this draft, I wanted to take like Flying, Dark, or something, but I ended up having to take Water. So Water, I felt, had good options for everything. It has rapid spinning, it has good offense, good defense, and I could get my first pick guaranteed, which is Greninja. So yeah, Greninja has a great 122 speed tier, the ability to run physical or special sets. It has access to spikes, and I think T-spikes as well for hazard setting. And it has access to Battle Bond and the indispensable Protein ability. Protein ability allows it to change its type to whatever move it's about to use, which I don't think I need to explain why that's good Monotype, because if you're playing like Electric, you can use Spikes or like Dig or something to change it to a ground type, and all of a sudden you flip the type matchup on its head. So Greninja, super nice Pokemon to have, and like I said, it was pretty much guaranteed since Dark picked before me. So, or the Dark type team picked after me for their like Pokemon slot, so yeah. So from there, I took Toxapex second. It offers a solid Pokemon for the Grass type matchup and has access to T-Spikes and Haze to punish teams without a poison, and it also stops setup sweepers from abusing its passiveness. Well, just about. And also, I decided to take Toxapex to deny Mono Poison the triple regenerator core of Slowking, Toxapex, and Amoonguss. Next up, I decided to deny Bug Araquanid. Araquanid gives a Sticky Web and another Pokemon for the Grass matchup. Sticky Web will benefit my team later, or much later on, because yeah, I drafted a lot of like slower but hard-hitting Pokemon. Greninja, it also does help as well, being able to make sure that stuff like Scarf Pokemon can't revenge kill Greninja if they're slower. Next up, I picked Quaquaval because I needed Hazard Remover. Quaquaval is more known for offensive capabilities, being able to threaten sweeps with Aqua Step and Moxie, but it has solid utility as well, being able to spin away hazards, knock off opponents' items, and Encore Pokemon in certain moves so we can take advantage. I needed to pick up a Fairy type next, as I was nearing the end of my unsnappable picks. Initially I wanted to take Primarina, but it got taken early by Mono Fairy, so I picked up a Azumarill as a copium option to help with the Dragon matchup. Azumarill gets 2 solid abilities in this format, huge power to bolster its attack and actually make it hit somewhat hard, and then Sap Sipper to be immune to grass moves. Azumarill also gets stuff like Whirlpool for trapping, Belly Drum for sweeping, Aqua Jet for priority, and then I think it gets like Ice Spinner, Knockoff, Liquidation, Play Rough for its main attacking moves. Now, interesting note here, after the events of Week 1, the Monotype Fairy team actually dropped. So I did end up getting Primarina, but that'll be for Week 2. So I'll explain more on that like in Week 2 or whatever. So yeah, Monotype Fairy did in fact drop, and we did in fact get Primarina over Azumarill. So finally, for the snipeable picks, we picked up Lantern. I wanted to get Rotom Wash initially, but Electric had no reason not to take it, and Lantern was the only thing left. So Lantern offers our first Electric immunity, so it will be invaluable in that Electric matchup, and aside from that, gets access to Volt Switch, something that will be important for Greninja and Quaquaval. And finally, in this week, we have weird rules for Terra Captains. Terra Captains can only Terra into your chosen Monotype. There's a list of these mons on the doc, but it's easier to summarize like that. I think I skipped a line whenever I was reading, but pretty much with this league, only like your lower power Pokemon can Terra, so stuff like Terra Lantern and I think Terra Wug Trio are like the bar for mono or the water Monotype. So I made Lantern one of my Terra Captains. It's not reflected on here because I forgot. But Lantern's one of my Terra Captains, takes away its ground immunity and allows it to hit that much harder with Hydro Pump, Scald, and Surf. It'll allow me to do 4 damage instead of 3. So for the back half of the draft, we have unsnipeable Pokemon. First up, Ogerpon Wellspring. Ogerpon Wellspring is a part grass type that helps out with the electric matchup, and it forms a pretty solid offensive duo with Greninja. Greninja bringing special offense, Waterpon bringing physical offense, and Waterpon bringing a 110 speed tier, spikes, encore, and other moves for utility. Further bolstering the physical offense, we have a newcomer, Palafin. Palafin is an incredibly threatening physical attacker, being able to fire off stab wave crashes off its gargantuan base 160 attack stat. Palafin additionally can run special sets, having a good 106 base special attack stat and a solid special move pool, and it can also run Bulk Up. Overall, I'm very excited to finally get to use this Pokemon. Another one I'm excited to use is VOLCANION, a really bulky fire water type that I got for insurance for the Ice and Bug matchups. VOLCANION adds a bit of special offense to the team as we only really have Greninja currently, and Palafin to a lesser extent. Volt can fire off Steam Eruptions, Flamethrowers, Earth Powers, and Sludge Waves off his 130 base special attack stat while being able to run Flame Charge to boost his speed, and run more physical moves like EQ and Heavy Slam if the situation calls for it. Doesn't really have a bad stat, and that's why I love it. Next up, making its return from the NBBL Summer Brawlfest is a Momoa, an annoying Pokemon that can pass wishes and be an incredible slow pivot. This move pool is very, very shallow, but access to Scald, Flip Turn, Liquidation, Play Rough, Icy Wind, and Mirror Coat is all we really need some weeks. And finally, we picked up Swampert, the mandatory Pokemon for the electric matchup, and our lone Stealth Rock user. So, yeah, this is another slow Flip Turn mon that can get our more offensive mons in safely and form a nice defensive mesh with Toxapex. So, yeah, that about does it for the small draft breakdown and the housekeeping of this. So, now we can finally jump into week number 1 of NBBL Monotype. Peace. Alright, everyone. Welcome, finally, at last, to week number 1 of NBBL Monotype. This week, we're going to be taking on Coach Ducky of the Sootopolis Steelducks, formerly known as the Sootopolis Psyducks, but they rebranded because they have Mono Steel. If you remember, we have taken on Ducky before in the PMPL Fion division, where I was about to sweep them with a Fion, and then promptly got crit, and then Sandaconda had to clutch up, and we still won the game anyways. So, yeah, this game looks very, very winnable on the surface, as water generally matches up pretty well into steel, and we have like Quaquaval, Swampert, and VOLCANION all at the ready. So looking at their team, they have Goldango to absorb the fighting type moves, Kingambit and Empoleon are their pretty much web deterrents right now. Gambit gets Defiant, Empoleon gets Competitive, and Gambit can also turn games on its head with Supreme Overlord Sucker Punch. Klefki is an annoying prankster Pokemon that can set white screen or be a setup sweeper. Lucario is going to be an annoying offensive piece. It can run physical or special, so it's going to be kind of hard to keep that in check. Iron Crown gives them access to a weakness policy agility sweeper, or just a general special attacker if they want. They have Skarmory for a physical wall and hazard stacking, Archaludon for another like physical wall with stamina, and it can also run like Power Herb Electro Shot if it wants to. They have Heatran. Sorry for the pause. My sister's cat Ruby is at the door, and she wants into my room, but I'm not letting her in just yet. They have Heatran, which I don't think will come to this game, but it can still threaten the Power of Solar Beam and Flame Body Burns. Magneton, which probably would come. It can only Terra into Terra Steel, but it's an electric type, which is going to be very helpful to punch through my water types. And then they finally have Iron Treads as their fastest mon and a Rapid Spinner. So yeah, that's going to be a general breakdown of their team, and let's jump straight into mine. So first up, we're bringing Greninja with Hydro Pump, Dark Pulse, Low Kick, and Surf with Battle Bond, Life Orb. The set hits everything on their team neutrally or super effectively. We have Battle Bond to get a speed boost to outrun potential Scarf Goldingo and Scarf Iron Crown. Low Kick is there to hit King Gambit and Empoleon. Hydro Pump is there to just get as much damage off as possible. And then, yeah, Dark Pulse is there for like Goldingo and Iron Crown. Next, bringing Expert Belt Quaquaval with Rapid Spin, Close Combat, Flip Turn Knockoff, enough speed to outrun Goldingo. This thing is pretty much designed to be my hazard remover and to kind of break if I can get it in. I'm mostly going to be clicking Knockoff, surprisingly, because I feel that my CC is going to be way too obvious, and they go out into like Iron Crown or Goldingo to eat the CC. So yeah, Flip Turn's there to pivot, Knockoff for item removal and to hit Goldingo. Straightforward stuff. Next up, bringing Volcanion. Volcanion conceptually wins this game. We have Steam Roach and Flamethrower, Earth Power Flame Charge to boost speed. We have enough speed to outrun Iron Treads at +1, allowing us to run Modest Nature so that way Flamethrower, Steam Eruption, and Earth Power hit as hard as possible. And we have Heavy Duty Boots to not take hazard damage. Next up, bring an AV Swampert. This is designed to take on our Chaladon. We have EQ and Earth Power on the same set. EQ allows me to hit Calm Mind Iron Crown harder. Earth Power allows me to hit our Chaladon harder. Then I have Surf to hit Skarmory if I need it, and Flip Turn to pivot out. Next up, bringing Wish Alomomola to keep Swampert and Volcanion healthy. Flip Turn to have like a slow pivot. Scald is there just for like whatever, and Liquidation is there for just like whatever, because I couldn't really think of two other moves to swat. And finally, we're bringing Banded Palafin, Flip Turn CC, Wave Crash, Jet Punch. This thing is designed to just break a hole open in that team. And yeah, I have enough speed to outrun Iron Crown, I think. And that's going to be the team for week number 1 of NBBL Monotype. I will catch you all in the battle. Peace. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the game against Ducky, and okay, this is gonna be something. It always is something, but this is gonna be something. So Iron Crown, or Chaladon, Goldingo, Skarmory, Magneton, and Klefki. So first impressions, Volcanion can just win this pretty easily. I just need to get a Flame Charge off. Probably get some chip on the Archaudon, and I should be able to win this pretty easily with our Volcanion here. So, first things first, I feel like just an easy Palafin lead here, and just go from there. We're going to vibe most of this game out, so yeah. Because it has been a long time since I have done a Wi-Fi League. I'd say a long time, like it hasn't been like a month and a half. So, alright. Skarm, pretty much expected. We can break this thing sturdy and get Volcanion in for free. So, alright. I mean, there is really no downside to just clicking Flame Charge or something. Yeah, we just flip. See if this is Helmet. That's a crit. That's a Vort, turn 1. Alright, just go hard on the aggro, go Volcanion, and it'll be fine. Set spikes. That's fine. That's fine. It's like I said. Okay, so it's lefties and not Helmet. Okay. So here, I think, I mean, Flamethrower is just very free. I could quit Flame Charge, but, I mean, How much am I doing to the Archaludon? Oh, good thing I already have Archaludon pulled up. Volcanion. I don't quite do enough to Archaludon if it's AV. Well, actually, no. I mean, even if it is AV, then we don't do enough. But, I mean, I just play Flamethrower here. It is the Archaludon coming in. Flamethrower comes off. Doesn't look like AV damage. And it's lefties. So, okay. Don't look like AV damage. It's lefties. Let me check Thunderbolt. Deep Bolt is only going to be doing, like... That did look like it was, like, potentially max HP damage. So... I mean, they can never really kill me. Always just Flamethrower for free here. Yep. Volcanion kills Archaludon with Flamethrower. So, big threat out of the way already. Magneton honestly might be their play. They don't really have a very solid play aside from Magneton. Let me check Magneton. Magneton, it can OHKO me. That is the Iron Crown. Okay, so Iron Crown. Okay. Let me just check, like, an OU Combine set. Flamethrower doesn't quite OHKO, so Steam Eruption is probably the better play. Just so I don't proc Weakness Policy. That is Specs. Okay. That's Choice Specs. That's good to know. Iron Crown, OU Specs, Volt Switch. Actually, no, that's not Specs. Oh, we get a free hit off on something. I definitely need to get Aloe in to wish this thing back up. So that way I can come in and just flame charge. So that just max special attack damage. Let me check Choice Scarf. Got the burn. So the way they brought this in means it's probably like sturdy and not analytic. So that brought me down to 115. So that brought me down to 38, so I did about 62. So that's in line with a max special attack high roll. I always gotta go Swampert here. So, yeah. D-Bolt. And I can pretty easily just pivot back out. It will Terra. Probably just trying to get whatever chip they can off on me. Swampert should be able to get the kill here. I probably should have checked to see what coverage this thing gets. Try attack. Does nothing. Looks like that'll be another Volcanion kill. But what do I want to go into that has the highest possible, like, leverage here? I could probably just go, like... I mean, Volcanion does have pretty high leverage. because I can pretty effectively take care of the Brown and Dingo with like Swampert. Okay, so VOLCANION kills Magneton with Burn. So Magneton is down, or Chaladon is down. They go Iron Crown again. I do need to remove these hazards if I can, because I am getting very, very chipped down. I'll go Swampert initially, because I feel like, I mean, with our Chaladon, its job is done, essentially. Okay, so we live that. I wish I had knock on this thing, I'm not gonna lie. I'll flip, as I will switch. They go Scarm, flip turn out. Probably just go into VOLCANION again, just to claim one. Now you got a decision to make. I don't want to flame charge here because I think they could just Brave Bird. Actually, I should have counted that. But I mean, Flamethrower is free here. And the way it's looking, Goldango can just come in. Yeah. VOLCANION kills Skarmory. Flamethrower. Should just go into Iron Crown. Yep, as I expected. Okay, so here's the thing now. Aloe is pretty much useless. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's pretty much worthless now. Because the rest of these are special attackers. So, I just gotta keep this up. VOLCANION exerts a lot of pressure. Psychic. Gets the Spit After Drop, but it doesn't matter, really. Yeah, I'll just flip again. As Iron Crown. Kills Aloe with Psychic. So I got a couple of options here. Greninja's one option that I can go for. Because I can just Dark Pulse. If I want to go Clefty, I get VOLCANION in again for free. And I just have a lot of, like, sacks here. But I'll go Grin first. So, Greninja into Clefty. Grin. Dark Pulse is probably going to be doing 25-ish. Depends on what their set is. They switch. I probably should have surfed. That might be max HP, max def for it to do that little. Yeah, that's max. Okay, good to know. Regardless, VOLCANION's pretty free. And it's lefties, not likely. CM. Okay. So this is max with CM. VOLCANION into a CM Klefki. Also, important distinction, it's lefties and not weakness policy, though. So, yeah, there's that. Go mine again. Okay, lives, which is kind of expected. Okay, so let's check this. I mean, Swampert should be able to do a bit of damage. Palafin trades 1-for-1 on something, and Grin can beat one of their things. Actually, this is perfect. Because Klefki doesn't get... I'll just say that's a reasonable, like, 15. Klefki doesn't get anything to accelerate its priority, because it's not the other set. So Greninja should just be able to come in and clean. More than likely. Should just be able to fire off a Surf. Because it's +2. Surf does 20. They switch. I probably should have Dark Pulsed. That's the Dingo. See what item this thing is. Chance it's probably Scarf. So I can't risk that chance right now. Okay, so on the off chance it is Scarf, I'll just go Swampert right now. Go Swampert and then we can knock off. D-Bolt. So yeah, it is probably Scarf. I don't know why I keep saying, yeah, we can knock off. We can't knock off. Okay. I mean, EQ is free now. Switch is probably going to go into whatever. Goes into the Klefki. Swampert kills Klefki with EQ. I need to get Klefki's kill down as well. Klefki kills VOLCANION with stored power. Swampert kills Klefki with EQ. Goes Dingo. I mean, I just EP again. Not EP, EQ again. We're max AV. We should live this. Swampert kills Dingo with EQ. And all that's left is the Iron Crown. So Palafin should be able to trade 1-for-1 with it. I will flip turn just in case they want to do an agility weakness policy set at the last second. So I can guarantee that I'm not going to throw this game away. Hey, yo, Hyper Beam. going out with style. Iron Crown kills not Greninja, Swampert with Hyper Beam. And Greninja should just be able to come in and pick this thing off. And we secure a 3-0 dub. So, yeah. No? Okay. Might be a 2-0 dub if this thing's Scarf. Which, yeah, it is Scarf. So, Crown kills Grin. Iron Crown kills Grin. It's Hyper Beam. Double Hyper Beam kill. That's hype, dude. But it doesn't really matter too much. I had a lot of this guaranteed anyways, so yeah, we'll just Jet Punch. Palafin kills with Jet Punch. Palafin kills Iron Crown with Jet Punch. And we secure a 2-0 win week 1, so yeah, pretty straightforward game there. I mean, I will say this, for a quote-unquote neutral matchup, this was very skewed. Because, like, I mean, Steel just matches awful into Water. Water has stuff like Quaquaval, Volcanion, Swampert, stuff like that, and it's just so hard for Steel to do, or just, like, match up into this. Because, I mean, I don't think I played that particularly well, but my team just kinda suffocated their team alive. So, yeah. That was something. Hey, I mean, at least none of us got, crucially crit, though. So, yeah. But, anyways, guys, we start out the season 1-0. And we will be playing, I think, Mono Psychic next. So, look forward to that next week, and I will catch you all when that happens. Peace.